Welcome back! It's the season finale!
Yeah.
If you actually showed up, please. I know we had the week break in between for Thanksgiving, but I promise this will be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
If you care about us. If you don't, well, never mind.
Yeah. I guess it's fine.
Who are we? If you've never seen our lovely faces before, please tell me you have. Otherwise, why are you here? I am Quincy.
I'm Audrey.
And this is Seasonal Spiels, if you didn't know. We love a certain show.
One Piece.
But we also cover other anime.
Delicious in Dungeon.
Apothecary Diaries.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Soul Leveling. We like to spiel.
Exactly.
Covering seasonal anime, this is Seasonal Spiels. So now that you maybe know what our show is, if not, thanks for staying and tuning in, because you clearly have good taste.
Exactly.
Our season finale is going to be really special and unique compared to the other ones, and even for the upcoming final season. Because since we actually covered all of 2025 anime this year, not literally all of them, don't pressure us like that, but all the seasons and shows we were watching or anticipating, we're going to rank our top 5 for the year live. So we've compiled a list of shows that either of us have watched, or both. And I included ones where if you got through, like, either half the core or half of, like, 2 cores smushed together, like 2 Hero X had 2 cores smushed together, right? Is how I would say it, I guess is the best way. Same with Apothecary Diaries. Basically, as long as you got, like, 6 or 12, depending on what core, right? If it was 2 or 1. I included it. Doesn't mean it's going to rank. It's just there because...
to give you options.
To give you options, because we really didn't watch that much.
Yeah.
Like, literally, in the sense that, like, I would say this isn't...
Actually, for me, it's a lot of shows that I've seen, but not the stuff that came out this season.
Yeah,
So-
or even stuff that I watched this season but still dropped anyway, or this year and still dropped anyway because something was happening and just never picked it back up, whether it was because I chose not to or because I forgot and just never did. But I would say, like, probably 2024 would be a technically stronger year to easily pick for top 5.
Yeah.
Had done Meshi, had Dantelon, had Frieren, had Apothecary Diaries. It was hype. Those are just the top 4 I could pick right there. Not in that specific order, but basically. This year... not very clear for me, at least, and
yeah,
I think
it's a little more difficult.
a little more difficult. But yeah, I'll list all the shows, and then I'll explain how we're gonna build this together live. I say live, it's a recording for y'all, but live here for us. So, not in any particular order, other than it's the one I thought first, and I tried to go winter down just to make it work. So One Piece obviously happens year round, and I know you're not caught up, but I am,
Right?
especially in the manga. But the anime was good too. Skate. I know it had an OVA.
Yeah, it was we're not talking about the first season. It's just
No.
OVA.
Like, it has to, like, here, I guess I should clarify. Even if the show was, like, already existed, it had to have aired at some point in 2025. Now, it could have started in 2024, which you'll see with this upcoming ones. So, Medalist, obviously, love it. Orb and Blue Box technically started in 2024 last year, but they, like, were ongoing. They were, like, 2 cores in one. They kept going on Netflix through winter of 2025. So, that's why I include them, because I feel like they should be in the contention because I personally liked them. Soul Leveling, gonna be real, it doesn't have a chance. Sorry.
Yeah. Snooze fest.
It was there because we did talk about it. Dr. Stone, also gonna be real, didn't finish the second core that was airing this year. It's not having a chance, sorry. I feel like it peaked the season before when they were on the island. Just my own personal conjecture. Sakamoto Days. Link Click. I'm gonna move on. Sorry, moving on. Link Click.
Yeah.
I probably should say that show. I really want to. Apothecary Diaries. Love it. Windbreaker, also love it. I did technically watch half of MHA Vigilantes. Putting it right there. If I did rank all of them, it'd be dead last.
Fair.
So it's not having a shot. I can tell you that right now. To Be Here X. Yeah, sorry. I only got through the first 12. Don. Okay. The next one I also probably should check out. The Summer Hikaru Died.
Yeah, you should. I actually haven't finished it.
That's
or
fine.
At least, I don't know if it is over yet, because I know it was ongoing.
So that's, yes, if we're not done with the winter season.
Right.
Not winter. We're not done with the fall season, but, like, if it's ongoing and we are watching it, I'm going to include it.
Yeah.
Because I know we're going to at least get halfway through, and you definitely have if it's 2 cores long.
Yeah.
You definitely got, so it qualifies for you. I say this because the next one will qualify once next week hits. One Punch Man. Gonna be real, doesn't have a chance. My Hero Academia.
It has a chance.
Yeah, you don't have to specify. I'm calling out the 3 that I know will not be anywhere in contention, but I did want to include for the sake of making it fair to every show I did talk about / watch. And then Sonda, which I wish we had access to some way legally and that I could watch without viruses potentially. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then the last one is something I'm going to include because I do think it has a chance. I usually don't include them because they're not going to have a chance in my ranking unless it's like a Konosuba tier. However, I do love campfire cooking. I am still watching it right now. It's just slice of life fun vibes. Like, it's literally in the name, campfire cooking. You can't go wrong. It's just fun and cute, and Mappa animates it really well, and I hope their employees are doing well. Despite that, and the fact that they did the Chainsaw Man movie, and the fact that they're also getting bombarded about One Punch Man out of nowhere, even though... Don't know why people are asking Mappa to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, anyway. Mm-hmm. And also, the fact that JJK is coming out for the... They're doing a lot, and I hope they're surviving.
Mm.
Sadness aside, that is the list. Yeah. So that's it.
That's what will be included.
That's what we're working with, guys. I know there's more that came out. We didn't watch it, or we didn't talk about it if we did. Hence the isekai comment I made, because I did watch them. But anywho... I think to make it easiest, because if we just talked about each show, it's going to be hard to build our list. Yeah. What we're going to probably do is, I think both of us are going to try and mull over, and obviously, depending on, as we talk through it, our opinions will change and we might change up the list. But they were going to start top down, because I think it'll be easier to identify what our top pick for the year would be, and then work our way down. Again, we can reorder as necessary, but that's kind of what the vibe of this episode is going to be. So, yeah. Cool. Do you want to kick us off?
So my top, I'm going to say right now, it's between... it's between Dandadan, Sonda, and Linklick for me.
So easy top threes of some sort. Yep.
Those will probably still be in the list somewhere, but I think, this is difficult, because, for me, okay, I don't know. Sonda, I think, wouldn't be my top, just because, it's not...
finished.
Yeah, and I do really love that story and where it's at so far. I think right now there are 6 episodes out, maybe, but I've only seen 5. So I do enjoy that story, and I'm really excited to see where it's going. But I think that's not enough, at least to me, to put it in the top.
Yeah.
Dandadan. Actually, no. I think I know. I think for me it's Dandadan at the top.
Okay.
Because Linklick, that's hard.
It's hard, right?
Because, if we're basing this off of what came out in fall, specifically.
So, let me fix this then.
Okay.
You can include everything before then, as, essentially...
Just, as a show.
As a show.
Okay.
Only up to as much have you seen.
Right.
It can be, obviously it could be a longer, One Piece, so long comparatively.
Right.
I can't not put my bias into the previous arcs, right? But point is, to qualify to be able to be ranked, it had to have aired.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think I changed my answer.
Okay,
I think it's Linklick at the top for me, because even though the season that aired, I guess it was technically a mini season. I don't remember how many episodes it was.
It was very short. It was almost OVA-ish.
It was kind of an OVA pretty much. Even though it's not my favorite, and this is not to say I don't like season 3, by the way. So even though it's not my favorite out of the stuff that
Go ahead, I'm gonna amend the list real quick. I forgot something that we did see. Go ahead, go for it.
Even though it's not my favorite one, I think what it does, I think even overall Linklick as a story is so well, I don't know how to phrase this, because it's not an adaptation of anything. So the way that they utilize the medium that they're in, if that makes sense, I guess, is really, really well executed to me. And I think Season 1 is really strong. Season 2, also pretty strong. I would say, out of the stuff that we have, Season 1's my favorite, which, whatever. But,
yeah.
And Season 3, I mainly, not necessarily because of, what happens in the story itself.
I'll fix it. You don't have to look.
No, it's okay. Not necessarily because of, the overarching, what's going on, immediately, but because of what it does for the rest of the story. Because it, spoilers for Linklick, by the way. It is, I don't know if this is spoilers,
Hey, just to be safe, because I know I will watch it.
Okay. Season 3 establishes, can you hear me at all? Can you hear me at all? You couldn't.
I couldn't hear you.
Okay.
Just tap me when you're ready.
Yeah. Season 3 establishes that, Lu Guang has, how do I phrase this? Shang Xiaoxue has been, dead since the start of the story, and Lu Guang has been, continuously going back, to try and save him. Kind of, to know, or at least, where this season, that aired this fall leaves off, he hasn't succeeded, but it, establishes that, and so that's, a really That's the part of that season that I love the most. You're good.
Okay, cool. Cool.
I'm out of spoiler territory. But yeah, like, because of what it establishes for the story going forward, and just like season 1 and 2 being really strong in their own, it's my top. I
cool.
think.
Do you want to add it to the ranking? Just to
Yes.
Okay, so
I
Ashley does that. I did amend the list because I forgot. Because we've watched a lot of movies this year together. However, only one of them technically is canon.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And that's the Demon Slayer movie that we reviewed that I completely forgot about. So that's also in contention because it's a continuation of the series, even though it says a movie. Do you want to put Chainsaw Man in as well?
Yeah,
since
I was
the
gonna
movie?
say.
So put it in, yeah.
I'm just gonna put it
Yeah.
after.
I was about to say just put it in right after. I tried to make the list. I tried to put it where it came out to fit the.
Yeah, actually, hold on.
Yeah, go for it. So, okay, so your top is Link Click. Cool.
I'm not...
So
yeah, I'm fine with that actually.
yeah. No, that's fine. We can like reorder and rebuild as needed. Like that's the point of this episode. For me personally, let me see what I have to work with. Okay. So I'm gonna be real. I don't know if One Piece can be on my top, but it will be in my top 5 because while I still have complaints with how Toei is still pacing and like some of their choices, like I can't say this any better than quoting it, but sometimes when they have Lucy, when they have Luffy say "kiss my," like that is just not. I can't picture him taunting like that, even if he is supposed to be in Gear 5th. But whatever, we can bleep that. But I do think just overall, even though I have some complaints about certain episodes and how they do the typical flashback, even though we just learned about it, like with someone's flashback, but some of the direction with like that flashback in particular, as well as the introduction of the remaining antagonist showing up on Egghead, like in the later bit of the arc that's been airing. Again, trying to be vague. But some of the direction there has just been so stellar and just worth it that I do think it's going to be in my top 5, potentially top 3 actually.
Yeah.
However, I do not think it's my top because off the top of my head, there are 3 shows I enjoyed more. Yes, off the top of my head. I would love to say one of them is Orb. However, I'm going to be honest here. I don't. Actually, it kind of is. Okay, maybe it's 4 shows. Okay. Oh, my top 5 is going to be so hard now to think about. Okay. Medalist is up there, guys. I know some about my bias might be from the manga, but I do think. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't be reading it without the first season. It drew me in. It's so good. I think it's like Haikyuu level of sports anime for me. Like, I do like Yuri on Ice, but it's not really a sports anime if you really get down to it. It's more of a romance, let's be real. And, you know, I think some sports anime like Crocodile Basket can be good, but, like, sometimes I just want the realism, right? Like, obviously, it's exaggerated, Haikyuu-esque, if you will. But I do think Medalist is really good and strong out there for me. I do think Windbreaker's up there for me. Now, I would not have said that if it was just based on the first 3 episodes of the second season, because, man, those were a drag. But the rest of the season makes up for that. Yeah. So, holistically, I do think Windbreaker's up there. Because I did enjoy the first season, and excluding the weird middle, like 3 of the second core, I guess, or I guess it's technically second season, but it continues the arc that ended in season 1. Really made up for that for me, especially because like the fights were just consistently really freaking good. Which is rare, because I don't usually like just a fighting anime with not much going for it, but it actually really worked for me. I would say, obviously Apothecary Diaries is up there, and I would say Dandadan, however, I'm not fully sure if it's going to be in my top 5, actually.
Interesting.
I'll tell you why.
Uh-huh.
If it had just been off the hype of the first season, absolutely.
Okay.
Because episode 7. And I do love a lot of what season 2 does. However, I love what Apothecary Diaries does more in its second season to build upon the first.
Okay, that's
like, it really, it does more. And I think I'm more sold on Medalist and Windbreaker's continuation. Actually, Dandadan might be better than Windbreaker, actually. I might have to amend that now that I think about it. But I do, but like, those are other ones I'm thinking about. I did like Demon Slayer, but I've also read the manga ages ago. I do love Campfire Can't talk apparently. I do love Campfire Cooking enough to put it in contention. But like, it's just not going to make it. Like, it'd be in top 10 easy, but it's not what we're doing. So, all this to say, man, top 1 is hard.
I know.
Okay.
It's harder than, and I might even change it.
Oh, for sure. We're going to be amending this as we go. But I think right now, okay, if it was 2024, Orb would for sure be my top 5, but I actually don't think it will be. Because my thing about Orb is the first 12 hit harder than the second.
That's fair, yeah.
And unfortunately, but I do want to recommend it. Like, please watch it if you can. Highly recommend it. It's on Netflix. Blue Box is alright, but like, it's not. I think for me, I do think right now, in my brain, I do think it's Medalist that's not my number one. And I don't think it's just because it's new. Because technically, if it's a sequel, you have more time with the characters. Mm-hmm. I think it's the fact that I actually, from the get-go, felt something for everyone and involved, which is very rare to say. Like, when I say everyone involved, I mean every character they introduced, I actually felt something for. Mm-hmm. Or, like, cared an iota for. Yeah. Rather than just nameless background taking the stage in this one little mini arc. No, I actually felt, like, intrigued or like hopeful, like, oh my gosh, yes, she's the rival to Inori, but please don't just fall on this ice, please get back up, you can do it, you were 10 years old, you have the world at your for the rest of your life, you know what I mean? Like, so it's not because it's sports, because honestly I only really keep up with it in Haikyuu, and Haikyuu's technically done, not anime wise but manga wise. However, I haven't felt like if it was just, let's say it was just first seasons, it would easily beat Dandadan and Apothecary Diaries for me. I think the only reason they're in contention is because they're sequels. Like, interesting for the top. Because for me, and this is again subjective. Yes. not objective is what I was trying to get at. I just completely forgot the knot. It's not objective, but for me, obviously, because I do think they are just better written. But I think for me personally, Medalist just is more realistic and relatable, and I feel more connected to every character they introduce, and it feels more well thought out as a world, because at the end of the day, Apothecary Diaries and Dandadan, it's just the main cast. I could not tell you anyone else. Yeah, fair. You know what I mean? And that's not bad. Yeah. But I do think it's more impressive to me that, like, every new, including in the manga, but specifically for the anime itself, every new character they actually spend time and invest in, again, like whether it's a new rival for Inori in a competition or little contest, or if it's just other people during a training camp that they introduce their own struggles with figure skating, I just feel so invested in them. So I do think Medalist is actually my number one.
That's fair.
Sorry, long rant.
Okay, so number 2. I have to put, and I might switch the ordering of this actually, because I forgot about it. The Chainsaw Man movie is my number 2.
Oh yeah, I was about to say.
Because it's just, it's a continuation of the main story. Like, it's the Reize arc where you have Reize. Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Sorry we didn't talk about the movie, by the way.
Yeah, who is in the show, but in, like, the story, she's the bomb devil. I was gonna say spoilers, but, like, that is what the movie is.
Still spoilers, so, like, if you haven't seen it, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain, like, why I love the movie so much.
That's fine. It was hard for me to explain.
Because it's also kind of hard to explain, like, my liking for Chainsaw Man. I think, I don't know. I think the movie itself does a really good job, similar to the story and the show itself. It does a really good job of exploring certain themes in a way that, like, because a lot of, like, the thing about Chainsaw Man to me is that, like, for a lot of people, it's like, oh, it's like a gooner anime. And I think, like, to me, the reason that I feel differently about, like, I don't know, like, it's not really fit. I guess it's, like, approaching,
I mean, to be fair, Dandadan's kind of similar.
Yeah. I guess, like, it's approaching the way that Denji feels about love and about sexuality in a way that feels more realistic to me than just, they're trying to, like, actually explore the way that he's thinking, instead of it just being, like, a gag. Yeah. And so that's why I really like, just the way that the story goes about, like, exploring Denji specifically. But for the movie itself, it's just, like, it's so good. It, like, the music in it, there's, like, obviously the original soundtrack, but, there's, like, an opening and an ending song, in the movie where, like, the opening is the opening, and the ending song, like, plays when the credits roll. They're both done by the same guy that did, what's it called? Kickback, like, the opening for the first season, Kenshi Yonesu, I think. Like, both the opening and the ending for the movie are done by him, I mean. And it's, like, it's such good music, like, not to be, like, such good music, such good animation. But hey, but it is true.
I can vouch because he did the opening for Medalist.
Yeah, oh, I didn't know that, yeah.
Which I think a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, the song bops, but the animation doesn't, and I'm like, but I still like it.
But it's also, like, the movie is similar to the show to me, where it's, like, it's, like, I guess this is kind of almost the same thing I said as Link Click, but...
That's fine.
It, like, the way that it adapts the source material is like such, like, it's not even necessarily, at least to me, I don't know, it could be, but like it uses the fact that it's like animated and not a manga to its advantage to like really like hammer home some of the stuff that happens. I don't know how to, like, that might not be a great explanation.
Yeah,
but,
no, that's like the idea. That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
Like, when you adapt a book to a movie, you're not expecting it to be one-to-one, because no way do those mediums work in each other's medium. Yeah. That's the point of an adaptation, is to do what you can from the source material into the new medium.
Yeah.
I think that's the point of anime. Like, if you just do one-to-one, it's really boring, because it just would flip, and there'd be no action scenes, because it would be like, punch, oh no, I've been thrown back. It's like, dude, no, I don't want to see panel by panel, show me the actual fight. So I think that's fair to say.
And Reze is a character, the titular character, if you will, of the movie, is just that, like, she's so good. I think that's fair. I just, and also, like, the fight at the end, not to keep being, like, it's animated so well, but it really is. Like, the way that, I don't know, Oh, Beam also. Best character.
Sure.
He's, the shark fiend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I won't say any more than that.
Yeah.
Real ones know Beam is the best character in that show.
I really wish I could get into Chainsaw Man. I might give it another shot, because I only give it one.
Please.
For me, it was just, like, I couldn't get into the... No, go for it. Go for it. For me, it was just like, even though Dandadan starts off very summarily, Chainsaw Man is more in your face about it, and I think that for what I know about it, it's fine. Like, I feel like it's justified. I don't know if it's necessarily actually justified in Dandadan. It does feel very out of place sometimes, with making
I guess
scenes.
like, at least with Dandadan, it's kind of like equal opportunity. Like,
not with the manga. The manga's actually way worse. The anime dilutes it.
Okay, fair.
So so I agree with you if it was just based on the anime. But my thing with Chainsaw Man is the fact that I just didn't like any characters where Dandadan actually cared about what was happening.
Yeah.
But I might give it another shot, especially with how many people praise the Reze arc, apparently. So, for me, my next one... Okay, for me, it's right now between One Piece and Dandadan. I do love Apothecary Diaries, but I do think it was, like, riding on the highs of season 1 for me. It wasn't bad, don't get me wrong, but it's so... I feel like Dandadan and One Piece just, like, took it up a notch comparatively to, like, my enjoyment of watching the seasons. Gosh darn it.
Dandadan is interesting because I actually I've watched, I think, everything except the last 1 or 2 episodes.
See, the problem is, having read the manga first for One Piece, I don't want to, like, let that cloud my judgment about it compared to Dandadan.
Like, if we're talking about specific, which did you like watching more?
I probably did enjoy watching Dandadan.
Yeah, okay.
Especially holistically with the first season. Not that the second season was bad by any means. Like, oh my gosh, like when they teamed up against Evil Eye, like, I was like, you're bringing in the squad? Okay. It was just fun.
Yeah.
When, like...
I don't know if this adds, like, to my enjoyment, but the dub casting for that show is... like, crazy.
I know people say that, but also I still love the sub, and I'm just now like, I'm just thinking of like how they keep taking it up a notch when I don't expect them to. Like, I didn't expect to see a mecha fight in Dandadan, but I did.
I think I stopped there actually, like when they introduced that, and then
really,
oh,
and 2 more episodes, man.
I know, yeah.
It's okay. I actually didn't finish Apothecary Diaries. I had like 2 or 3 left from that, but like. I watched, out of the 24 that aired, 21 at least, so I think it counted, and season 1 was brilliant. I do think, for me, Dandadan would actually be above One Piece, just because they kept ramping it up, and I do think, as much as I love Egghead as an arc, it's always totally weighing it down, and like, I say this, like, fine, because they are trying, and they're not doing as bad as before, in previous arcs, obviously. But at the same time, it's just like, so my problem is, like, there's this one thing that they do to fill time is, they make it like filler, but not. It's just like to fill time. They elongate between panels, essentially. You know what's happening between panel cuts, and you expect it to be animated, but Toei will just make it longer to fill out time, so it's both filler and not. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Because it's just getting from the same 2 points, but it's just elongating it.
Taking too long to do it,
And I like when they do that occasionally. Like, sometimes they do it to great emotional effect. Sometimes they do it to... How shall I say? Take something away, either, like, taking away the aura of the scene, taking away the context of what's happening. And so I do think that's actually weighing One Piece down all the time for me. Like, if it was based on the manga, it would be top tier.
Yeah.
It would probably be right below medalist. Like, Dandadan wouldn't have a chance. And I think and also, like, how do I put this? I think it's just because of how Toei adapts it sometimes. I understand they need to do that because they've shoehorned themselves in for that job for 20 years now. But it's just so frustrating when you know what it could be and what it, like, the tone. The problem is that at the end of the day, it always just changes the tone while you're watching it. Mm-hmm. Whether it's because, they're replaying this clip for the nth time, or, they're just making it, like, shift from this kind of, like, somber tone to a little more goofy. And I'm like, that's not necessarily bad until you do that too often.
Right.
Like, I don't mind having creative liberty. That's kind of the point, like I was saying, when you're adapting. It's when you do it for the purpose of just filling time and not for the sake of being creative that's very frustrating.
Right.
And I know that's what Toei does.
Yeah.
Like, I know the people filling it do their best to be creative, but at the end of the day, I know they're only allowed to do that because Toei's, like, feel the freaking time to make one chapter, one episode. Like, that's just insane to me. So, like, I do think, actually, what One Piece might end up being is maybe number 5. On my list. Like, it definitely is top 5 for me, but I don't even know if it'll make top 3 anymore now that I'm thinking about it. But Dandadan's definitely number 2, I think, because if nothing else, just for Hunting Soul alone, it's got to be number 2 for me, I think.
I forgot about Hunting Soul. Actually, that's a good segue to my third, because my third is Dandadan. I'm not gonna say my fourth, because I actually do know what that's gonna be too. But yeah, I think the same reason that you're saying is why not that it's above one, because for me, I can't fairly rank One Piece
because you didn't watch
all, because I haven't. I think in the anime I'm at, like,
you're Wano somewhere.
7.
Wait, what?
Well, if we're going sequentially, like, because I skipped around a lot. Like, I'm ahead in the manga.
Gotcha.
In the manga, I'm
Gotcha.
It's in the anime, like, I technically, if I'm watching it in order, I stopped at Water 7, and then once I got to Wano in the manga, I started watching them.
Yes.
So, like,
I get you.
Yes.
I would say Wano would still count because you technically picked it up there.
Yeah.
And you didn't miss out on context. Anyhow.
Yeah. But, like, Dandadan is my number 3 just because, like, it like, basically what you're saying about it being, like, just such a good continuation of season 1, at least for me.
I don't think it hit the same peak as episode 7, but I do think...
Which one was episode 7?
Spoilers, Acro Silky's backstory.
Oh, okay.
I do
That's
think
what
that...
I thought,
yeah. But I do think the fight got... Like, the fights and the character development kept getting better.
Yeah.
Just not backstory better, I guess, is where
That's fair.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't feel the same emotion. Like, I guess
We're getting more, like, development of the characters interacting with each other, not development of, like...
other characters.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Because they do introduce, what's his name?
Evil Eye.
No, not Evil Eye. The guy later in the season, like, he's one of the students there that, like, they introduce him by being like, I've always been around.
Yes. I don't remember his name. I should.
I don't know.
Kinta,
yeah, Kinta. Kinta, I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about it. He's really funny. I like him.
He's so goofy. Like,
and all of them are, but
it's like, even when even though he's, like, failing constantly, he's just fun.
Yeah, it's also fun to me because I think I might be stealing this take from Otaku's Anonymous. Okay?
That's fine.
But Kinta's also funny to me because he's, like, such... Like, I can not relate to him, but, like, once you understand, like, I don't know, it's just the way that they play his gag of being like, oh, I need to, like, talk... Essentially, like, I need to talk dirtier to, like, to, like, get the attention of women, and then... They're both, Momo and, Okarun are like, no, you don't need to do that, and then they go back to talking about, like...
Yeah.
Like,
if you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. They go back to talking about,
the thing.
X thing. And, like, it's so... And I'm like, yeah, I mean, if I was in his position, not to say I wouldn't, like, act the same way, but it's so understandable, like, why...
No, for sure.
Like, they play out his gag really well, but, like...
Yeah.
Outside of that, I just think, like, Season 1 definitely focuses more on, like, I guess backstory, but also development of the characters on their own, whereas Season 2 is more so focusing on, like, how these characters interact with each
Yes.
other now that they've like done what they've done. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah, I wish there was like
The opening's sick.
Oh yeah, I wish there was like a little bit more world building, but I can't really complain at the pace it's going because I'm sure we'll get even more the next season when it comes out in like a couple years. So no complaints for sure.
Yeah.
To build upon that, I'm now thinking because now I'm like crap. Now I'm like thinking about Orb and Apothecary Diaries together. I'm trying to decide. I do think as much as I like Windbreaker, it's not going to be top 5. I think it might be Orb instead. It's really hard though, because like, not the Windbreaker part, sorry. What's really hard is Apothecaries versus Orb, because they're just, they're both similar in the fact that they're different types of anime and how they are structured and what they cover, like genres, right? They're technically both dramas, but like one's more historical and one's more fake historical, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like historical fiction, I guess.
Yeah, I guess they're both like that in the sense, but they're completely different tones, I guess. They're very tonally different. And they do things different. One is very dark, and one is moderately dark. I wouldn't even say it's dark. It's probably
more of a drama, I guess.
Well,
maybe not drama.
No, one is more like dramatic in the typical sense, like when you think of drama, and one is more like grounded drama, I guess, in the fact that like you have, I guess, spoilers. Orb is about, you know, creating the heliocentric model. In the time when the church was like, nope, Earth is center is the universe. Yeah. That's it. Don't research.
And
stop.
if you don't,
we kill you until after. Oh, we kill you.
Don't regurgitate that.
We kill you after torturing you, which is not. So if faint of heart, probably don't watch those scenes. But I swear it's not all about torture. But you're just very totally different in that sense, right? It's like one is a murder mystery in a very upper class life, essentially, not literally, but like living in an upper class area, and the other is not like that at all. So I guess that's my take. But I do think personally, I'm gonna have to go ahead and put Apothecaries above it. I love Orb, but like I said, I think the first half of what I watched, obviously I didn't watch the last 2 episodes, but the first 12 or if you know what I mean, but that arc of those 3 people, that if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. I think that was the strongest part, and that was in the first half, first core, if you will, of the. It all aired at the same time, all 24. But you get what I'm saying. I do think that was stronger than the latter. Not to say that was bad, but I wish there were some parts that were rushed, and I was like gut punched, and that was the point. That's why I cried so much. I was so livid, guys. Yeah. I was so livid when this one scene, if you know, where that girl, kind of, you knew her as a girl, time skip, she's a woman, okay? Spoilers. The woman, okay, spoilers, because I have to give you context, but so if you care, don't listen, but if you care enough to be intrigued by this vagueness, keep watching. This woman, after time skip, hasn't seen her father, and her father doesn't know that she was framed and was about to be tortured because she was framed, and then her death was framed by these guys that he was hunting, and so he was like, oh, not only did you die, but you got my daughter killed, when in fact, like, someone framed her, and so she had to get shuffled and rescued, and the guy who rescued her died, so that's really sad. In time skip, it's her as a woman, she's like trying to preserve, you know, the research of the heliocentric that's being persecuted. Her dad's one of them, trying to find, especially now that he thinks his daughter's dead because of this research that people are doing. And he almost sees her before something happens. And I'm like, no! And then it moves on and like the story continues. And it's like it's meant to be that way. I understand it. It's so gut-wrenching when you watch it. Especially with the context around that. Like, I know it was a bit spoilery, but it was just like 1 episode spoiler. So I do think, because as strong as that is, Apothecary Diaries does have more length, and I do think I care a little bit more about Jinchi and Mao Mao overall, and like the courtesan intrigue, that I do think I'm gonna have to put it above.
That's fair.
So I think that's gonna be my number 3.
I'm gonna do 2 things with this, because I'm supposed to number my number 4. I actually changed my mind about my number 1. I'll do this in a second, but I think Chainsaw Man is like a little bit above Link Click for me, so that's gonna be my number 1.
I forgot about the movies, so.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But like, I say that because Link Click, I know I'm talking about like the whole show, not just like what aired in the fall. But I think even, not to say that season 3 brings it down by any means, but like, I enjoy it slightly less than I enjoy season 1 and even, well, mainly season 1. It's not that I don't like season 2 or 3. I don't know, it's just like season 1 is like I don't know how to explain it.
I actually feel that way about Apothecary Diaries. Again, I didn't finish the last couple episodes. That's been a trend apparently with shows I love this year. My bad.
Like, I think,
but,
just like recently, it's not that I enjoy it less, but I think if I'm putting it in the running with Chainsaw Man, I have to put that above it. Just like,
totally fair. But what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Sonda.
Nice. Oh, I want to watch it.
And
so
I know
bad.
that might not be that fair to put it in the actually,
no, do what you want.
It's fine to put it in the ranking because I
your
know what my
list.
5 is too.
Go for it.
Sonda's my number 4 because it's so good. But
That's all
like
it needs.
it's kind of a similar thing. Well, not similar in the themes that they're exploring. It's similar to me to Chainsaw Man, at least like in the way that they use like goofy, well, Chainsaw Man's less goofy, I guess, but like in the way that they use the like insane premise that they have to like explore. In Sonda's case, it's more about like exploring kind of like a hypothetical dystopian future where it's like realistic enough to where, well, some of it at least.
It's anime, it doesn't have to be that realistic.
The idea of like youth being like, or at least like the idea of population decline making it so that societal values kind of flip to reflect that, where like youth is very highly valued now.
Okay.
That, at least at its core, is something that's like realistic enough to be like, okay. Now the way that it's executed, insane and not realistic at all.
No, that's fair.
But I think like the way that they use kind of like, I don't know, it's like insane to explain, I feel like, but the way that they have because the main character, if you don't know what Sonda is, the main character turns into Santa Claus. But like I even though it's like something that I think only, well, I don't want to say that only can be explored in this type of manga, but I think like having the like, you have the concept of like youth being something super valued, like in this school that all the children are in, like they kind of, I'm assuming there is going to be more like build up about like kind of society as it is now, but you get like what is it, the kids are like not, they don't have to sleep anymore because like there's a whole thing about they like at this school they want to push off like puberty as much as they can.
Yeah, you talked about this last time.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah,
but they want to push off puberty as much as they can so they like don't have to sleep anymore. Which is insane, but like
not the sleeping part. You talked about the pushing off puberty part. I didn't know about the sleeping thing.
They explain it by being like they take like vitamins and vaccines and stuff like that like makes them not need to sleep anymore.
Sounds not good.
Yeah. But like
maybe that's why the population is declining.
Right. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this when I talked about it, but they are like, I don't know if this is from birth necessarily, but they are like all the children that go to that school they have like technically fiancés, like they're paired with other people like for the purpose of like procreation in the future, so that they can, I guess, reverse population decline, which is a little bit insane, but it like that kind of like that being part of the premise makes it so that the exploration of like how these kids like don't are not, they're essentially like not allowed to explore their own sexuality or like allowed to really like discover who they are for themselves, because it's like,
so they just aren't allowed to have identities.
Yeah, like even something as small as like there being a school uniform where it's like not necessarily girls wear this and boys wear that, but it's that like every single person wears like slacks and the same shirt, like they're not allowed to express themselves through clothing either. And it's like it's so cool.
Yeah.
Also, the main character turns into Santa, and the second main character threatens to bomb the school 2 separate times, at least where the anime is at now.
Dude, only this could be explored in anime.
There's a Santa assassination squad. I cannot emphasize this enough. But also, the like they established that there's like a team out to kill Santa that's like hired by the principal. See, this is what I mean when I say this anime is goated, because like I was just talking about societal themes and now I'm talking about Santa Claus. But
all this science are
yeah, I know. It's like a similar level of insane, I guess, as Dandadan is, but like they established that there's a team out to kill Santa that has existed for I don't know how long, at least as long as Santa's been around, I guess.
Oh wow.
But like, the current team that exists now is hired by the principal because the principal, wants to kill Santa so that, like, these kids aren't, like, influenced to, like, I guess give into kind of, like, a childish desire of, like, believing in Santa Claus again.
Okay.
And kind of, like, restoring a little bit of the, like, actual childhood that they should be having. Something like that. I'm not explaining that super well, but
interesting.
yeah. That's at least, like, his motivation for hiring a squad to go after it.
Sure.
But the character
All
that you
principals
see
have
this,
these funds.
right. But the character that you see this with, because you don't really spend time with, like, every member of that assassination squad, it's, Yagi Uda is, like, not really the leader of the squad, but he's just, like, the character that the story focuses on for a little bit. He's so good. Even though he is, because, like, the way that they kind of have him undercover in the show is that, he's, like, obviously out to kill Sonda on order by the principal, but, like, to everybody else, he's, like, a teacher at the school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just a little, like, assassination classroom
right.
almost.
But Yagi Uda as a character is really interesting because he's not... It's more, like, about... this job is, like, kind of purely money to him, and, like, the stuff that he sees happening in the school is, like, very much... He's like, wow, these kids aren't really... I mean, he's maybe not expressing, like, oh, there's something, like, wrong.
Well, he did grow up in this society.
Right, but he's very much, like... kind of at least sort of on the same, like, team, he's, like, more on the same wavelength as, like, Sonda and his friends, where he's like, wow, like, this society that these kids have been forced to grow up in is really, like, there's a lot wrong with it.
Gotcha.
So it's interesting that he's a good character is all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, sure. Overall, Sonda's so good. And it's only, I don't know how many episodes it's supposed to have, I think.
Probably 12?
Yeah, I would imagine. Also, where I read a little bit more of the manga, it only gets
better.
It only gets better. It only gets funnier.
Dude, I wish I could watch it.
Yeah.
It sounds really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But man.
But it's so good.
No, for sure. I know I didn't talk much about Apothecary Diaries, and I did put that third, and obviously my fourth is now going to be Orb. But I do think for me with Apothecary Diaries, the reason I would say it's higher, because I didn't really talk about it, but, like, I do love Apothecary Diaries. It's really good. I do think I loved the newness more of it in the first season. Not that the second season is bad, but, like...
I forgot to switch my 1 and 2, sorry.
No, you're fine. but
yes.
Like, I would say the second season in particular doesn't have, like, a consistent thread that I think the first season had through its, like, mysteries. And I don't know, maybe that's actually, like, I mean, it's not without threads, but it's just, like, you could see how each of the mysteries that Mao was dealing with in the first season built very well, and I feel like the second season is more, like, a few here and there that probably will eventually connect, as most of them seem to do, but, like, it's just very segregated, I guess. Not fully, but more so than season 1. But everything else about it is still fantastic.
Yeah.
But, obviously, Orb is my fourth. Shocker!
Yeah. My 5, I was debating between The Summer Hikaru Died and My Hero.
Really?
Yeah. Skate I would have put, but I think, like, I don't know, it's not that I don't like Skate
That's
and I don't
fair.
like the OVA, but I think, like, it's...
Yeah.
I don't want to call it a turn your brain off show, but it is a very, like, feel-good anime that, like...
It's like campfire cooking for me. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's not meant to be deep, so
right,
that's not why you're watching it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I will rank more, like, a slice of life romance higher if I do think it deserves it, but, like, this year had a few that were just too good.
Yeah. I think... I don't know. Because I was thinking about this, I like The Summer Hikaru Died a lot, but I've only watched, 4 episodes of it, I think.
It
and
counts.
It counts, but that, I think that, for me at least, that means I have to put My Hero above it.
That's fair.
Because, like, my thing with My Hero is that, like, it's weird because I don't love the way that the story ends, and I don't love the way that they, well, like I was saying, I think in the episode before this, for, like, a second.
Just kind of interject here. Yeah. I find it really weird that the way I found out that apparently All For One becomes a baby was through, like, memes, and all I could think of was, wow, it really went full Demon Slayer, didn't they?
A little bit, yeah.
So, continue.
But, like, even though I don't love the way, I mean, even where the anime's at now, I don't like the way that it ends. Okay, it's weird because, like, I like parts of the ending, but, like, to me, I think the fact that I'm at least invested enough to be like, I don't like this aspect of how this ends, but I, like, still would like to see, like, I still enjoy watching it, and I still, like, if if certain aspects of the story were executed differently, I would enjoy it, but I care enough to be like, man, I wish this were different, you know what I mean?
I wish Bakugo didn't revive from his sweat. Like, oh, imagine healing from sweat, guys.
I don't know.
We'd be good.
Yeah. But yeah.
I had to put that in.
Like, the aspects of this story that I do enjoy, at least in the way that it ends, I was gonna say, I mean, spoilers for the way that it ends, I don't think you care.
I don't.
But, like, the things that I do like about, like, how it at least tries to, sort of expand on the, like, the ways that hero society is, like, a detriment both to people who aren't heroes and also the heroes themselves. Like, it tries to expand on that a little bit in the end, where you have...
Too little, too late, man.
It's not animated yet, but, in the epilogue of the manga, Ochako, because of her fight with Toga, and because of, like, kind of, not the development she experiences, really, but, like, sort of the stuff they express to each other during that fight, after, like, the war ends, and after Toga... Well, I already said spoilers, it's fine. After Toga dies, you have Ochako at the end of the story, like, founding this, like, court counseling, not agency, I want to say, but, like, court counseling, like, foundation, sort of.
Okay.
And the goal with it is to make it so that, because, like, Toga's whole thing is that her entire life she was, she was told that her quirk was, like, demonic, but also, like, even, like, by her family, but also by, like, teachers, and, like, I think her family sent her to, like, some court counseling, like, place, but they also kind of had that same idea where they're not,
so basically,
like,
she was just persecuted her whole life.
Yes, and so, like, Oshako's goal with this new foundation is to make it so that something, like, what happened to Toga doesn't happen again. Yeah. Essentially. I like that a lot, and I do, like, I don't know, I'm kind of meh on the whole, the other thing that they kind of, like, try and bring back, I guess, from the beginning is, like, the way that they want to close out the story, they want to emphasize the way that, like, society is starting to change, at least in their view of, like, people who need help. Because, like, in the beginning of the story, you have, like, people see, like, something go down, and they're like, oh, I'll wait for the heroes to, like, take care of this one. And so at the end of the story, they're trying to emphasize, like, the idea, sort of more people, like... It's cheesy a little bit, but the idea of people, like, reaching out their hands to one another instead of waiting for, like, somebody else to take care of it, which, like, it's, like, fine idea, but the way that it's executed is stupid, because they have,
It's because they haven't built anything up this entire show.
Right, yeah, but also, like, the way that they executed it's, in Shigaraki's, like, I don't know, 1 out of 50 flashbacks of his backstory that you have throughout the series.
Oh, great.
There's a moment where, like, after he, like, in his backstory, I'm not gonna go a whole thing into it, but, like, essentially, the way that, like, part of what makes him who he is today is that when he manifested his quirk, he ended up, like, accidentally killing his entire family.
Yeah, which is not great.
But, like, after that happens, he's just kind of, like, wandering out on the street alone, doesn't know what to do.
Dramatic, yeah.
Yeah, and there's, like, a moment where you have this specific, like, you can... The idea with this is, like, everybody's ignoring him, nobody's helping him. But the manga, or I guess the anime too, whatever, the show, like, highlights one specific lady that's, like, oh, I'm not gonna... she does something, like, she looks at him and then is like, oh, I'm not gonna mess with that. And at the end of the story, you have that same lady come back, and it's, like, a kid similar to Shigaraki. Obviously, I don't think he's done the same thing to his family, but, like, a kid very clearly in need of help. You have her, like, sort of look at him and actually, like, try and help him, which is okay, now hear me out.
Yeah.
It's dumb, don't get me wrong.
That's what I was gonna say.
I assume that what it's supposed to do is, it's not necessarily
just
about...
to bring it full circle.
Sort of. Well, it's I guess, like, even with, what happened with Shigaraki, like, that moment is not necessarily about the grandma herself. It's about, like, society as a whole, like, regular citizens just not caring. And so I guess with the ending, it's kind of supposed to be the same thing, where it's like, okay, it's not really about, like, this specific grandma or even about this specific kid that needs help. It's supposed to reflect, okay, regular citizens, their attitude towards, like, other people is changing. But the way that it's executed, it just makes it seem like it is about this specific grandma.
It's because it hasn't been earned.
Right.
This is the problem with My Hero trying to do this societal message in the end and the beginning doesn't work because you didn't build anything in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, you set it up.
You just have a whole war going on and then it's like, by the way, it's cool, guys.
The problem with My Hero is it sets up the societal issues from the get-go because you have people persecuting Deku for being quirkless.
Right.
It's a societal issue. It's very clear. Like, yeah, you have bullying, but the fact that the teacher and the institution do nothing to help him, societal issue.
Right.
And so it's very clear that society fails you because not only are they labeling villains as villains and not just petty thieves as they are sometimes, but you have this issue with quirkless being persecuted too, and probably, for lack of a better word,
heteromorphs also.
For the lack of a better word, they're probably just being so discriminated to the point of, killing themselves because you don't see them.
You're right.
What's this 1/5 should be quirkless? Where are they? Anywho, the problem with that is you have this perfect setup for the premise, and then the rest of the show is about Deku being a hero and trying to change things from within, except he's not changing anything within. He's just trying to rescue people. That's an external issue. We abandoned the eternal societal issue and societal struggle and reformation until out of the blue it just becomes convenient to send that message.
Right.
And so it's not earned.
Yeah. Even the final fight with Shigaraki, like where the anime is at now, their place, the way that, I'm not going to get into this either, it's dumb. The way that they're sort of trying to, like, explore Shigaraki's, like, because the end goal, at least for Deku, is to try and, like, because he, like, still believes that there's, like, something worth saving in Shigaraki.
Yes.
Which,
somehow.
However you feel about that is whatever, but, like,
I mean, hey, they wanted to save Endeavor, so, maybe not the best messages.
So, like, he still at least believes that there is something worth, like, saving in Shigaraki, and so the end goal for him specifically, not necessarily for everybody watching doesn't want Shigaraki coming out of this, I'm assuming, but the end goal, at least for him, is to try, and, like, maybe not even, like, not kill him, but at least to try and, like, give him some sort of closure, I guess. And it's like, I don't know, it's dumb to me because, like, that's a fine idea, but the story ends up just, like, killing him off at the end of it. So you don't actually, like, you get, also, like,
I guess that's just to praise Deku more for being golden boy.
Well, also, never mind. I'm not gonna get too...
No, you're fine.
I'm talking too much about it.
No, it's okay. It can be your number 5. It's not a bad pick.
It's my number 5, I guess, to, like, kind of turn it back to ranking.
Yeah.
It's my number 5 because even though there are so many things that I think could have been done better, I at least care about the story enough. I care about the characters enough, and I care about the story enough to, like, understand that, like, okay, I don't like this part of this, or I don't even like, I just, like, I like it enough to be critical of it, I guess, is my thing, and so, like, that's why, and also I've seen more of it than I have of, The Summer Hikaru Died, so that's why it's above that for me. But, yeah, I don't know, and I also care about it enough to, like, engage with, like, I don't know, like, not fan content, that too, but, like, more so, like, fans, like, kind of, like, exploring the things that weren't explored in the
I feel like
story.
the more dissatisfaction people have, the more fan content there is.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is always kind of interesting, because there's times where I'm like, this is actually better than what happened.
Right, exactly.
But anywho, like, even, like, you don't even have to be like, oh, no one died, because you could still kill characters off, just sometimes it's still handled better.
Yeah.
Fair enough, that could be your number 5. I can't really blame you there. I also have issues with My Hero, guys. Said multiple times on this channel, but this will probably be the last time we talk about it. In its showtime, right? It's the final season for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where it ends.
Yep. So
it's over after this.
Shocker, can you guess what my number 5 will be? It is gonna be One Piece. I still want to give honorable mentions to My Hero.
Shout out.
No.
Shout out indie anime.
No, I want to give accolades or honorable mentions to what would have been in the next 5, which would be easily Windbreaker, Demon Slayer, To Be Hero X, No You're Good, and Campfire Cooking. I guess that's only 4, but whatever. I did all of them that I watched, I did enjoy everything I saw. hints I saw. I didn't finish To Be Hero X. Sorry if it's not in top 5. I only watched the first 12, and as good as it was, it doesn't beat those others because, again, I can't care for characters if you keep changing them.
Right.
So, that aside, I do think One Piece is still going to beat Windbreaker as much as I did enjoy it because it's One Piece, for one. Need I say more?
Right.
Egghead is also just very brilliant. As much as I have issues with some, anime things, the arc itself is still fabulous. Mm-hmm. I can't really say more. And I do think, as great as, I know it's, got really great things that probably would have put it above Orb for me. However, it's just Toei's pacing and choices that bring it down. As, when I think of anime, if this was on manga rating, first off, wouldn't be much manga for me to rank because I don't read much manga.
Fair.
Second off, it would always be number 1 for me because One Piece as a manga rarely misses. I'm not saying it's perfect. It has flaws. But especially Egghead was actually done and executed very well, I think. I don't think there was a single issue. I mean, there was one weird issue, but that was more of Oda clearly kind of changed his mind about a character.
Oh, interesting.
It makes sense. Think about when he created Law. He meant for Law to be an antagonist. He sure ain't an antagonist now. Right. But that kind of thing, right? Where I think Oda changed his mind after introducing a character. Because there's no way this man plans everything from the get-go. That's too much pressure on him. Yeah. But, so there's one minor thing I was, not fully sold on, but, it worked. He made it work, so trust the process, I guess. Mm-hmm. And so everything about the arc itself has been great. Adaptation, lacking in areas, but also very great in some other areas. Mm-hmm. The fights have been phenomenal. Yeah. Have some parts been weird? Yes. But for the most part, they've been really great. Pacing has improved-ish, I guess. Not really, but... Anywho, fine. Y'all saw this coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's kind of it.
I don't have another, because that's all my 5.
Yeah, let's read them out. So,
yeah.
Okay, so number 1, or 5 and up, I guess, just to make it so.
Yeah.
Our top 5, starting at 5, I had One Piece.
I had My Hero Academia.
Then at 4, I have Orb on the Movements of the Earth.
At 4, I have Sonda.
Then Apothecary Diaries.
Dawn to Dawn.
Dawn to Dawn.
Link click.
And then I have Medalist.
And I have Chainsaw Man the movie.
And those are our top 5 for the year. Mm-hmm. So again, it's not our top 5 anime of all time.
Yeah.
Definitely not. You can watch in the summer for everything up through then at the time. Mm. For our current ranking, which again, those opinions change all the time for people.
Yeah.
But for everything that aired 2025 that we actually covered / watched.
That's my top 5.
That's what, yeah. Again, obviously, if it's a longer show, biases are going to feed into the holistic. Mm. I did try to weigh a little bit more about what I watched this year, but at the same time, it builds upon what already exists, so it's hard to really fairly rank sometimes. Mm. But that's the point of doing these rankings. Is obviously, seasonal anime isn't going to be complete. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
You don't wait till it's 100% to complete to put it out. It's a book, not the same idea. So, but yeah, that was our season finale. I know it's pretty long.
It's fine.
But we just thought it'd be cute because it's the only time we could do this anyway, because we didn't cover everything in 2024. We sure aren't going to we sure aren't going to cover everything in 2026, unfortunately, but we'll try our best to at least, talk about the Crunchy Awards again, because that'll be really fun as a finale.
Ooh, true.
We won't probably cover the results, unfortunately, but you can see this for yourselves. But just a small plug to stay tuned for next season.
Yeah.
Especially if you care about winter anime, because it will be hype. What we might actually do is maybe, just as a plug, don't hold us to this, but I'm thinking maybe instead of trying to do an anime per episode, just talk about what we want to talk about.
Yeah.
As our final season, I want to talk about Freedom Medalist, right. Maybe JJK occasionally, but I don't care about anything else.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, I'm done.
That way we don't feel pressured to.
Right.
Yeah. So let us know if you think about that format. Gives us more time to gush about what we like, also more spoilers.
Right.
But still. But yeah, this has been season 4 of Seasonal Spiels. Oh my gosh, it's been a minute. But thanks for staying with us, and we hope you continue to.